Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Pig and Dragon.
Hi,
And
Jenny.
we're so happy to be with you this morning. Larry, what's on your mind today?
You know what? I was
What are
just
you
here's the
digesting today, Larry?
That's right. I had made for the maybe 40th time daikon peanut soup
Oh, I
from
love it.
from the Master Lou recipes,
Yeah.
and it's just become one of my favorite soups, and it made me think about what a gift it's been, mostly studying with Master Lou, but also through the Dragon's Way program, to have access to these foods, but also appreciate how foods can really help us connect to chi and connect to nature and become something much bigger than we're used to. And I think that's a topic I know that interests you. And I thought, like, well, this would be a good time to talk about it because everybody has food on their mind.
Yeah.
And
Okay, wait.
also,
So
like,
wait, I'm interrupting you to say, Larry mentioned daikon, radish, and peanut soup,
I
which
did,
has 5 ingredients. That's
right?
it. Leeks, celery, carrot, daikon radish, and like water or soup consomme is essentially basically all it is. Oh, peanuts.
Yeah,
And it's
peanuts.
got it's like such an amazing combination of color, flavor, texture, and healing essence for our bodies. So we'll
That's right.
pop the recipe in the box below after this call.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Onward.
And I just wanted to say, like, it's not uncommon for me, let's say in my clinical work, to
Mhm.
be meeting with somebody like we're doing over Zoom right now, and they
Yeah.
have this gigantic jug of water with them that they're drinking. It's like, like I understand that, and I understand somebody said to them, "You're not drinking enough water. You have to drink like a gallon of water every day or something," and you know, and and that's just people have all these ideas, and we really come at it from a very different angle that's sometimes very shocking to people. And the whole thing is like a new way to think about food and eating. And I just think that's important for us to touch base on, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Because as you start Qigong, a lot of people come to Qigong because they've got that last 15 or 20 or 30 pounds that they just can't seem to budge. And they start doing Qigong and getting more energy. And then suddenly their body starts to shed some of that weight because it doesn't want to hold on to, doesn't need it anymore. For whatever reason it had it, it's dropping it.
Yeah.
Right. And what they discover is they actually discover that as they get more energy, they're becoming more intuitive and more sensitive. And suddenly they start to question those beliefs.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of examples of people who,
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't only examples, it's also us, right? Everybody, because it's everybody. Like, where you have like, you wake up and you just, I think I got to have something sweet today,
Mhm.
and it just rules your whole day. Like, it doesn't matter, you go to the store and you buy like 8 good things, but, like, because I bought the 8 good things, I can buy this one candy bar or something. And like you do all these games with yourself, and then it's then you have guilt because well, I really shouldn't have, because it's Tuesday, it's not Friday. Friday's my day when I can have sweets, and all these things, and all that gets get neutralized. For most people, it gets neutralized when they practice and they have enough energy and their digestion improves, and they realize, like, I remember for me, because I person who really likes chocolate. And I remember when I started doing the Dragon's Way, like, suddenly chocolate didn't really taste that good. It was really shocking to me. Like, I can eat it, and sometimes I do even now. It's like, but it just doesn't have the same appeal, honestly.
Right.
And it's like, well, that's really interesting. So if I really listen to my body, I can take 2 bites of this, and that's fine,
Yeah.
because
Right.
I
Exactly.
don't really like it that much. It's okay, but
Which was just Larry's experience, guys. Not everybody's going to stop liking chocolate. I still really like chocolate.
I like chocolate too. I just find that it doesn't do the same thing for me.
Right. It doesn't sort of meet that something that hunger, some sort of level of hunger. So what Master Lu always tells us when we start doing qigong is that you may actually stop feeling hungry. You may your sense of hunger will
Yes.
stop. I mean, when I began this program, I really didn't have a connection to my own natural hunger.
Right.
I had no idea what hunger felt like because my eating was very prescribed and it was very counted and measured. And my beliefs were that I needed certain kinds of this and certain kinds of that and certain kinds of that. It wasn't about being hungry. Like you
Right.
said, it was about drinking this much water because that supposedly was the way for me to stay hydrated. So there were all these concepts, all these beliefs that as I started to get more energy, I had a chance to experience them in a very different way, and at least have a different, that's the point, at least give yourself a chance to experience your beliefs about and your relationship to food in a totally different way, stepping outside of the diet consciousness and the whole thing that goes with that. Yeah.
Right. We started with the daikon peanut soup, and I think that because so much of what we're exposed to through Master Lu is joy, like there's a lot of joy. So like, yeah, I mean, I was cooking before I met Master Lu. You were too. We have certain things we like to make and whatever, and I enjoy those. But here's like a whole universe of foods that are fun to make, and like when you see them and you taste them, they're just doing something to you that's different than what I knew before. And I really look forward to experiencing these. There's this whole recipe section in tcmworld.org that, they're mostly easy recipes. I mean, some of the items are maybe a little bit challenging to find depending on the recipe you find, but a lot of them are everyday, ingredients like carrots and celery, maybe fennel, and when you eat them, something is quite remarkable going on.
Right.
And I know when I make it for other people say like, wow, this is delicious. And I'm thinking, okay, I think it's good too, but there is something in the sauce. There's something going on that's really different, and our body really resonates with the frequency of these foods.
Right.
And really good for us. So I think that's like a whole nother dimension of joy and satisfaction and like discovering what eating can be.
I love that.
Right.
So we're definitely running out of time. I want to just say that I think next week I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what you think the connection is between the spirit gate breathing practice and our hunger and our cravings, because there's definitely a relationship between the energy of that spirit gate breathing practice and the relationship to our cravings and our hunger as we start to change from the inside out.
Right.
So,
yeah, because it's part of the dragon's way,
Yeah.
So we can talk about that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So come back next week, everybody. And Larry, thanks.
I'll be here.
I'll just be sitting here until then.
I'm waiting for the whole week right here.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.